Hello, our Lives channel. Today we will learn about the explosive developments coming to Salem this Monday, October 27th, where shocking revelations, emotional confrontations, and unexpected alliances promise to shake the very foundation of our beloved characters' lives. Get ready for a roller coaster of drama that will leave you breathless. Abe Carver's controversial decision, a father's dilemma. The upcoming Monday episode brings us a storyline that touches the deepest corners of family loyalty and forgiveness when Abe Carver, portrayed by the legendary James Reynolds, makes a decision that will send shockwaves through his household. In what can only be described as an act of remarkable compassion, or perhaps questionable judgment, Abe agrees to become a tutor for none other than Liam, played by Hank Northrup, a young man whose past is stained with troubling behavior toward Abe's own son. The history between Liam and Theo Carver, brought to life by Cameron Johnson, is fraught with pain and cruelty. Liam wasn't just an occasional antagonist in Theo's life. He was a persistent bully who targeted Theo specifically because of his autism spectrum challenges. For those who have followed Theo's journey, we know how courageously he has navigated the world with his unique perspective and abilities. The thought of his father now dedicating time and energy to help the very person who caused him so much anguish is bound to create an emotional powder keg within the Carver family. What makes this situation even more complicated is the intricate web of Salem's family connections. Abe's relationship with the powerful and often controversial DeMera family adds another layer of tension to this tutoring arrangement. The DeMeras have long been a force in Salem, their influence reaching into nearly every corner of the town's social and business landscape. Theo's potential objections to his father's decision aren't just about the painful history with Liam. They're also intertwined with concerns about the DeMera connection and what strings might be attached to this seemingly charitable act. The question viewers will be asking is whether Abe's choice represents true forgiveness and a belief in second chances, or if there are hidden motivations at play. Could this tutoring arrangement be part of a larger scheme? Is Abe being manipulated, or is he the one pulling strings? This storyline promises to explore the complex themes of redemption, family loyalty, and the price of forgiveness in ways that only Days of Our Lives can deliver. Sophia's mental collapse, reality or masterful manipulation. In what may be one of the most compelling psychological dramas to unfold in Salem recently, Sophia finds herself on a dangerous precipice between genuine mental health crisis and potential calculated deception. The young woman's apparent nervous breakdown has been so convincing, so utterly authentic in its presentation, that even Salem's most experienced and perceptive medical professionals have been completely taken in by her performance, if indeed it is a performance at all. Both Dr. Sarah Horton and the renowned Dr. Marlena Evans, two women whose expertise in reading people and understanding psychological distress is virtually unmatched in Salem, have assessed Sophia's condition and concluded that her breakdown is legitimate. When both Sarah and Marlena reach the same diagnosis, the medical community typically considers the matter settled. However, Days of Our Lives fans know better than to take anything at face value in this town of secrets and schemes. The potential transfer to Bayview, Salem's psychiatric facility, looms large in Sophia's immediate future. Bayview has been home to many of Salem's residents over the years, serving as both a place of genuine healing, at times, a convenient location for characters to disappear from the canvas when storylines require it. If Sophia does indeed make the journey to Bayview, viewers will be left wondering whether she's going there to receive the help she desperately needs or whether this represents something more sinister. Perhaps an escape from consequences, or even an elaborate setup for a future revenge plot. The ambiguity surrounding Sophia's true mental state adds a delicious layer of uncertainty to the narrative. Is she a troubled young woman genuinely suffering from psychological trauma that has finally overwhelmed her ability to cope? Or is she a skilled actress who has managed to deceive even Salem's most astute observers? The answer to this question will have significant ramifications for multiple storylines and characters in the weeks to come. Chad DeMera's painful predicament, love, loss, and betrayal. Chad DiMera's world is about to become infinitely more complicated as the consequences of his recent entanglement with Kat come crashing down around him. The revelation that Kat pretended to be his deceased wife, Abigail Devereaux, represents one of the cruelest deceptions imaginable. A manipulation of grief and love that strikes at the very heart of what makes us human. For Chad, who has been struggling to move forward after losing the love of his life, this betrayal cuts deeper than any physical wound ever could. The situation becomes exponentially more heartbreaking when we consider the impact on Chad's son, Thomas. This young boy, who has already endured the unimaginable pain of losing his mother, now has to process the disturbing reality that someone deliberately impersonated her. The psychological damage of such a revelation on a child's developing mind cannot be overstated. Thomas's reaction to his father's involvement with Kat threatens to create ripples of upset throughout all of Salem, as the community rallies around the boy and questions Chad's judgment. Adding another dimension to this already complex situation is the departure of actress Katie McLean, who brought Abigail to life with such grace and emotional depth just months ago. Her exit from the show means that any potential storylines involving Abigail's memory or spirit will need to be handled through mentions, flashbacks, or off-screen developments. This reality gives the writers creative freedom to explore how Chad and his children cope with Abigail's absence while simultaneously dealing with the Kat situation. Furthermore, Chad may find himself in an uncomfortable and potentially explosive encounter with Dr. Mark Green. The nature of this meeting remains shrouded in mystery, but given the emotional volatility of Chad's current circumstances, any confrontation could quickly escalate into something far more serious. Dr. Green's role in whatever is about to unfold could prove pivotal, whether as antagonist, ally, or something more complicated. Rachel's returning memories. A child's dangerous secret. Perhaps no storyline carries more potential for devastating consequences than the gradual return of Rachel's suppressed memories from the night she shot E.J. DiMera. Children who experience traumatic events often develop psychological mechanisms to protect themselves from overwhelming emotions and guilt, burying memories deep in their subconscious minds. However, these memories rarely stay buried forever, and Rachel's are beginning to surface in ways that could endanger not only her own mental well-being, but also the carefully constructed lies that have protected her thus far. The fact that Rachel is beginning to act on these returning memories suggests that she's not simply experiencing passive flashbacks or vague recollections. Instead, she appears to be processing these memories in real time and making decisions based on what she's remembering. This active engagement with her traumatic past puts Rachel in a precarious position, as her actions could inadvertently reveal the truth about that fateful night to people who have been kept in the dark. The planned trip to Bayview for Rachel adds another layer of intrigue to this storyline. Is this visit being orchestrated to help Rachel process her trauma in a safe, therapeutic environment? Or is it a convenient way to remove her from Salem temporarily while other pieces of the larger puzzle fall into place? The behind-the-scenes reality that this may coincide with an actress's departure from the show adds a meta layer to our understanding of where this storyline might be heading. The ethical and legal implications of Rachel's situation are staggering. She's a child who committed an act of violence, albeit likely in self-defense or under extreme duress. As her memories return and the truth threatens to emerge, the adults in her life will face impossible choices about how to protect her, while also seeking justice and truth. Alex, Stephanie, and the Halloween mystery. Love and literature collide. In a lighter but no less intriguing development, Alex Kyriakis and Stephanie Johnson are preparing to make a significant announcement regarding Stephanie's murder mystery novel. This creative endeavor represents a new chapter in Stephanie's professional life, showcasing her talents beyond her public relations expertise. The decision to go public with this information suggests that the novel may be closer to publication than previously thought, or perhaps that its content has relevance to current events in Salem. The exploration of Jeremy's transformation adds an interesting subplot that promises character development and growth. Transformations in Salem can mean many things: a change in appearance, personality, moral alignment, or life circumstances. Whatever form Jeremy's transformation takes, it will undoubtedly have ripple effects on those around him and potentially connect to larger storylines unfolding in town. The Halloween sequence, where someone attempts to attack Kat and Chad only to be thwarted by Alex's heroic intervention, presents multiple possibilities for interpretation. Is this a genuine threat from a masked assailant taking advantage of Halloween's chaos? Could it be part of the murder mystery novel come to life? Or might this be one of Days of Our Lives' occasional dream sequences or standalone Halloween episodes that exist outside normal continuity? The ambiguity only heightens the anticipation. Alex's role as protector and hero in this scenario is particularly interesting given his complicated history with various Salem residents. His willingness to put himself in harm's way to protect Chad and Kat, regardless of their past conflicts or alliances, speaks to character growth and the complex moral landscape that makes Salem such a fascinating place to visit week after week. Looking ahead, November sweeps and new beginnings. As we move toward the end of October and the beginning of November, the groundwork is being laid for several major storylines that will define the next phase of Days of Our Lives. The episodes airing on October 30th and 31st will serve as a bridge between the Halloween drama and the November sweeps period, when soaps traditionally pull out all the stops to deliver their most dramatic and high-stakes content. E.J. DiMera's mysterious hospital lab plans are moving forward, suggesting medical intrigue, possibly illegal experimentation, or perhaps a desperate attempt to solve a health crisis affecting someone he loves. Whatever E.J. is plotting in those hospital labs, it's sure to have far-reaching consequences that will affect multiple families in Salem. Meanwhile, the approaching opening of Dr. Tom Horton's Free Clinic, with Zach Chyz stepping into the iconic role, represents a return to the show's roots and its commitment to honoring legacy characters. The Horton family has always represented the moral center of Days of Our Lives, and the clinic's opening symbolizes hope, community service, and the enduring values that have kept Salem together through decades of drama. Monday's episode promises to deliver the perfect blend of emotional depth, shocking revelations, and set up for future storylines that will keep fans talking until the next episode airs. Don't miss a single moment of the action.